Hello, Dr. James Bogash, expert in health and longevity and creator of Bogash Life and Balance. And today we're going to talk about a interesting study that has some very easy fixes if this is something that affects you. And it has everything to do with getting a good night's sleep and what can disrupt that even if it doesn't actually disrupt your sleep. And this is light at night. Technically, we're not supposed to be exposed to anything except maybe moonlight at night because our hunter-gatherers did not have a cell phone and a tablet and an whatever, and a TV to watch, so we're sleeping in ambient dark light. Maybe there was a fire, maybe there was not, but sleeping in a darkened room is clearly the way to go. If we have too much light, it affects our long-term health. I remember a study from years ago that looked at kids were more likely to be obese if they had more light in their room at night when they were sleeping. So it didn't even interfere with their sleeping, but something about the light was penetrating the eyelids and affecting possibly, most likely, melatonin production, but interfering with the way that child was like putting on weight or not putting on weight. Pretty simple fix. I always tell people if you're going to do a nightlight, make sure it's a red tinted because that has less effects than melatonin. But this study looked at 20 young adults and they had them sleep. They compared a normal sleep with a really low dim light versus a sleeping with would be the equivalent of 100 lux. Lux is the amount of light when it hits the surface is how we measure that. You figure it's about a night lamp, it's all kinds of depends, but around 60 to 80 is a night lamp, so it's a little bit stronger than a night lamp. This would be sleeping with maybe the TV on or with an overhead light. If you happen to be a night shift worker, this could be sleeping in a bedroom. People always say, well, I have these blackout shades, and there's always light that sneaks around them. If you've ever stayed the night in Vegas and stayed up too late, it doesn't matter how good those drapes are, there's always going to be something sneaking in the seemingly wee hours of morning when you were up until the wee hours at night. But they found that when these young adults slept with more light, their heart rate was increased, their heart rate variability was decreased, which is not a good thing. And when they woke up, their insulin resistance was worse. So that means you're heading towards diabetes. All from just merely having more light on in your room. It's one of the reasons why I typically recommend people sleep with a sleep mask. It doesn't have to be the pink fuzzy one, but personally I feel that I'm really susceptible to light in the room, and I'm a night owl. So the last thing I want to do is be woken up at 5 o'clock in the morning when the sun comes up. So I use a sleep mask so I wake up when my body's ready to wake up. It's a really simple, inexpensive fix. If for some reason you can't turn the light down in, or you've got, flashing lights coming in through the window that keeps you awake, something. But making sure that if you have any night lights or lights on, they should be red light, or simply enough, just wear a sleep mask so you're not affected. As always, I'll post a link to this particular study in the description. Make sure you like this video, share it with somebody who you think needs the information, and subscribe to the channel.